So, alright, so first and foremost, I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. We see them as a person, elders, agreements, that the ruler of teachers are a person in truth, and we see politicians for the accurate pushing within our truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season or season, we see Shalom. Now, once again, going into some news here, and it's basically touching upon news that's been happening for the past few hours, right? Now, before I continue into the news, I'd like to bring forth a scripture, right? Let me go to the book of Surah, right? The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 39, verse 1. It says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies." And that is such an important thing, to be occupied in prophecies. Because as I may be doing this video here, and the hours before and the hours coming after, there's so much of prophecies happening. We're seeing the wars, the rumors of wars. We're seeing the pestilences. We're seeing the uproars. We're seeing the earthquakes. All these things happening at the same time, right? One after the other. We saw some big earthquake that happened in California. I believe it was yesterday. We're seeing what is happening in Venezuela, right? The basically like a civil war, right? And the president of Venezuela is also going against certain other countries. And right now he's actually battling Elon Musk. They are having a little battle online and spot for spot. Now we know the agenda that Elon Musk is trying to do, right? He's trying to put his internet device to all countries around the world, right? And no, to some people that might be good. That is something good, but yet I understand. Hey, we're not ignorant of Satan devices. We know what it is that Elon Musk really and truly is doing these things for, right? He basically want to track. Now, all these things will go back to the MOTV because he is one of the biggest investors and one of the biggest promoters of chipping people, right? But nonetheless, again, such an important thing to be occupied in prophecies. The scriptures talk about to watch and pray. It'll continue to be watching, right? Continue to be taking heed, being circumspect, no matter what it is, all around you. Because for the past few hours or within the span of a day, there's so much of news, so much of things happening that they can jump straight back to what? To prophecies, right? Right? Now, I want to go down here. So this was one here, see, UN Secretary Council to hold emergency meeting over Hamas chief killing, right? So what went on is that, from what they said is that Israel killed the Hamas leader, right? Which obviously, let me go down a little bit. As you can see, Switzerland urges nationals to leave Lebanon. So you can see what it is they're preparing for, what it is going to happen. Because, let me see if I get the picture here. You know what? I don't think that picture is on this site, right? But there were news that came out stating that right, so this is what reason is. Say Iran raised the red flag of revenge on the dome of right? Iran raised the red flag of revenge. So you see what is going on. We hearing those war cries, right? So let me go back down a little bit. You see, we're going with Zelensky. All these things happening here, but it's our next article, right? So this is what I was mentioning with Venezuela. I say Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro challenges Elon Musk to fight on national television. Now he and Elon Musk was having their little spot for the past few couple of days, but in Venezuela there's turmoil right now, just like many other places around the world, right? Hey, we in those perilous times. That is why you see you have to be occupied in prophecies. Every single day it's getting worse and worse, right? Every single day it's getting worse and worse. You see, the first delivery of F-16 fighter jets from NATO allies has arrived in Ukraine. So you've seen how much we hear Ukraine. We don't talk about Iran and Israel. We don't go to Venezuela, right? We talk we don't reach one here with China. We don't pass one here with China, right? So you're seeing all around the world, you're seeing these things happening, right? Things popping off, right? Things popping off. There's what? A lot of protests going on in a lot of protests and a lot of stuff going on in England as well for some stabbing that took place, right? Watch, and even in the midst, typhoons forming closer to coast due to climate change. All these things are happening. So that's why it's such an important thing to be occupied in prophecies. Now, within the midst of that, we hearing things about what nuclear. It says Singapore, U.S. signed Civil Nuclear Cooperation Pact, right? And this is our next one here. Russia begins third stage of nuclear weapons drill, right? And we already heard what Putin said. If anybody come to interfere, he's not. He ready to use his nukes. See, all these things are prophecies, and we're seeing these things happening before our eyes, right? We're seeing these things happening, and that is why it's such an important thing to be occupied in prophecies. Right now, let me go to our scripture here. This is the book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So this is just the beginning, right? So say, for all these things must come to pass. The things that we see, the things that we hear, and the things that we will be in, all these things must come to pass. Because why? They are prophecies. They are meant to happen, right? They are meant to happen. We see so much. We see the crash. Like the technology want to crash. You're seeing how much problems going on with technology right now. Things cutting off, airports shutting down, train stations shutting down. We know all this is the plan of the devil, right? And no, not the devil with a pitchfork and so forth, right? Right? But hey, you're seeing the troubles, you're seeing the perilous times that we're in. People, they ain't afraid to talk about nuclear warfare no more. They ain't afraid to say that they're not afraid to say that they're ready to use nukes. This one attacking this one, it say, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. All these things must come to pass, so it must happen. Right? It must happen. And say, but the end is not yet, and that is not even the end. So that is to show you how great the end going to be. But we in those end of times. They talk about the famine. To say, for nation shall rise against nation. And we seeing that. We seeing what? Iran rise against Israel. Israel against Iran. Iraq. We seeing what going on in Bangladesh. We seeing what going on in America. Right? The uproars happening there. Right? Which is the main place. Right? Which is the main place. We see in China, we see in Russia, we see in Ukraine, we see in Venezuela, we see in other countries all around the world, things, nation against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and therefore shall be famines, and famines happening, right? And see, and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. You really feel when stuff started to pop off, you know, great these famines going to be? Droughts, things are going on, it not going to be nice at all. Earthquakes in the midst of all of this. It had an earthquake in California that shook that place. I did some videos upon some earthquakes happening here in the Caribbean. I believe it was 2 weeks ago. We had about 10 earthquakes in the span of 2 days. These are the signs at the time that we're in. So you better take heed and be occupied in the prophecies. But you better take heed, right? You say all these are the beginning of sorrows, and all these is just the beginning. Where we don't read the nation against nation, the rumors of the wars, the kingdom against kingdom, you understand, the famines, the pestilences, the earthquakes, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So if this is the beginning, how worse is it going to be at the middle and at the end? How bad it going to be? Because we ain't even facing the full impact of what it is. It's just the beginning, just the start. And watch how critical it is at the beginning. So much more is going to be at the end. Right? Hey, keep up with the way it is going on around. As I said, this is a video going into the news. See, this in the span. This is just some hours, 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours. Some minutes. This all is happening at that time. Right? So we we in those perilous times, man. Right? So, hey, with that, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. We say that once a person, Elohim agree Muslim, the rule will teach us our person in truth, and we see salutations for the accurate preaching within our truth and sincerity, day in and day out on a constantly in season and season, we say, Shalom.